Yanki and Brit, the RTM Radio Network, rock and rolling Friday night, baby. What's going on?
Good evening, Friday. Oh my gosh, it's dark out there, and we
cold.
had hail today.
It's like you outside. Did you know that?
What, all cold?
Frigid.
Ah!
I've been waiting to say that for the last half hour.
I bet you've been waiting for a frosty day just so you could say it to me.
I knew that day would come, Ethel. All right, so what's going on, man? Rock and roll on a Friday night.
Yes, some classic rock tunes. Apparently Thomas is there with his guitar. That's why he's not very chatty in the chat room. He's there strumming away.
He's over there jamming away. Because he's got the look.
He's got it.
He does. I swear.
Let's say hello to Ron Harris.
Oh?
Say hello to Ron.
Ron?
Yeah,
Hello, Ron. Ron who?
Look, he's got a nice loaf of home-cooked bread.
Who?
Ooh la la. Ron Harris.
Hi, Ron.
I know him from when I used to do the pub quizzes in
right
Nicolova.
then. All right.
Yeah.
Jolly good. Mr. Harris, how are you, mate?
And I was like, nom, 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 nom.
That does look good.
Yeah, some butter. Nice and warm.
Yeah.
Fresh out the oven with some butter.
Not
Ron.
Not some butter. A stick of butter.
A whole stick of butter.
Do
Now,
you call the British
no,
call
they
it a stick
don't do
of butter?
sticks of butter. They do a whole, like 4 of your sticks
A pound.
in one. Yeah, it's not split into 4s.
Well, it used to be a pound. I'm sure America's screwed people out of it by now, but
Yeah, it's not split into 4s over there. Not that I know of,
block.
anyway. Yeah, it's a block.
Yeah.
A big clubber of butter.
well, that's what I'm talking about. Hot and a block of butter. And I'm good, man.
Oh my gosh, Ron, we are coming to Derby, and we are going to scuffle your nicely cooked bread, aren't we, husband? Say yes.
It looks like it needs a little crispier crust on it for me.
No, no, that's
You know how
nice.
we could toast it, though. I bet that's awesome as toast.
Oh my gosh, I'm drooling.
Can you smell it?
I'm drooling, I can smell it. And look over there, he's got some crumpets.
What's that?
He's got some crumpets,
Those
look.
aren't Thomas English muffins.
He's got some
That's those
crumpets.
bloody crumpets like that
Oh my
Brit
gosh.
brought to England or America with her.
We
nasty
love
things.
Ron already.
Oh, nasty bastards that they are. Alrighty, well, we're here to rock. Guys want to rock? Got some music you want to hear? It may be slow getting your requests out while I load them and all that blah, blah, blah. But anyways, we're good to go over here, I think. Everything seems to be working much better than it has. So we'll carry on here and see what happens. Lincoln Park in the end. The Trippin' Billies, David Matthews and the band with Yanki and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network, rocking on a Friday night.
Can you believe Randy just said quiet on the set? I don't know whether he knows this woman that he married, but quiet does not happen.
I know it's not in your vocabulary, that's for sure.
We have your song request ready, Mr. Ron. Ron has requested Hotel California.
Is he one of the bakers from the Great British Bake Off?
He is the baker from
I
the
will look
Great
at it for
British
his face
Bake Off.
next time it comes across my
Yes.
television screen. That Great British Bake Off is on the telly quite often.
You know, later
I
on,
can't turn it fast enough.
You know,
They're
later
so
on in the-
droll and boring.
in the middle of the night, we are going to be baking bread. You know that, don't you, Ron? Because you have stuck that loaf of
How
bread
many times
in
have I
front
told
of
you I
us.
wanted to buy
and
a
those
bread
crumpets.
baker?
Yeah.
One of those bread machines. They
We
actually
should
make
have
some
one,
great
shouldn't we?
bread.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it costs. It's probably cheaper to buy a loaf off the shelf, but that shit is so awesome.
I want some of those crumpets that I saw on that plate, just to the
Crumpets.
left of that loaf
Thomas
of bread,
English
Ron.
muffins by Cracky.
Give us some of that. Give us some of that
Get the real stuff
bread
over
and
here.
crumpets.
Well, anyways, for that lad over there across the pond, we'll be playing. He's got a request for Hotel California, so I'm going to try to get that rigged up here next. In the meantime, for Mr. John Chico, Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers. With the Yankee and the Brit on a rock and roll Friday night. Whoop, whoop.
Yo.
Isn't it amazing how we always talk about food, and here comes a friend of yours from England talking about food?
I know. How dare he torment us with that big, giant,
I know,
yummy
right?
looking loaf of bread. You know what? At least it saves us talking about ice cream. You know, every Friday night we end up talking about ice cream, and almost every Friday night I'm begging you, take me to Sonic. Take me to Sonic.
Sonic.
Oh,
Carol
I know.
Durham.
Carol Durham. Yes, I didn't get to talk to you last week, but
Me
yes.
see woman on chat. Hi, Deborah. What's going on?
Deborah says that she was making bread in her bread maker and she left it in too long and it was all burnt.
Well, I like it a little
So
crusty,
she
but
threw
not
it
like
at the
that.
birds and knocked them out cold.
It's just a wee bit too much, don't you know? And Chris, of course, is saying hello to all his friends in Putney and Exchequer.
Yes.
Now, where's Exchequer?
I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea. Chris emailed
Makes
me.
that shit up, I think.
No, he emailed me last week and asked me about what the Chancellor of the Exchequer or something is. And I says, I have no idea. I've heard the word thrown about, but...
Well, it's the Royal or National Treasury.
That's
The
what
bank
it is.
account,
I knew that all along.
the bank account into which tax receipts and other public monies are paid, the funds of the British government, Exchequer. The former government office responsible for collecting revenue and making payments on behalf of the sovereign, auditing official accounts, and trying legal cases related to revenue. In other words, if you don't pay your bloody taxes, they're going to hang your ass.
Yes.
And they're the people that do it, by the way.
So what rock request would you like tonight, Carol Durham? What classic rock tune would you like to hear?
And while she is making up her mind about that, let me just say, did you see in the news? I don't watch a lot of television, right? And I can't stand most of the news, but I just happened to catch this today. Ohio State University students have issued a guide on avoiding offensive Halloween costumes. Can you believe this shit? White people should not dress up as deceased pop star Prince, but non-whites may. Whites may also avoid any kind of headwear from other cultures, but everyone else may include it in their costume. You know what?
You Americans,
Fuck
you're
you.
so busy getting offended, you forget to have fun.
What the fuck? It's okay for black people to dress up like white black people, and Indians to dress like Indians, but the white people shouldn't dress like Indians, and the white people shouldn't dress like black people, and the black people shouldn't dress like white people.
Welcome to America, Donna.
Who's
What are we going to get
starting the
offended
racial
about
issues
next?
now? Who's fucking starting the racial issues?
Exactly, they're the ones that
They're making
put in
it
the
worse.
divider.
Shut up and let
Yeah.
people have their fun. And if some black guy, comes over to some white guy with his face painted black and says, "Fuck you, motherfucker," and decks that bitch, let them sort it out. It's none of your business. You're a school. You educate people. You rob people. You take their money.
And then people saying you're not allowed to act like us and we're not allowed to act like you. You're putting a big, huge divider. Why don't
You
people
know what,
just act like we wanna
motherfucker?
act like
I
we
come
wanna
over there, some bitch, and I will fuck you up,
What
bitch.
are you banging on about, husband?
I can talk any way I want to is what I'm banging on about. If I want to talk like a bro, I talk like a bro, and that is my problem between me and the bros. Not you, school. You're there to rip people off. $500 for a book they're only going to use for 1 year. Tuition that's unaffordable. Just be a school. Stay the fuck out of what the students do. That's their private time. Halloween is Halloween. It's celebrated any way anybody wants to celebrate it, just like Christmas. You know, if you want to celebrate Christmas and you think it's all about Jesus, fine. If you want
Don't
to
dress up
celebrate
as
Christmas,
Frankenstein. Someone will get offended of your big green head.
if you want to celebrate Christmas and you think it's all about giving gifts to people, fine. Nobody gives a shit, really. Do what you want. And the people that do give a shit, it ain't none of their fucking business. Tell them to stay out of it. You know? I tell you what, I'm going to the party. I'm dressing like a Jew. I'm going to put a dime in my pocket. And I'm going to give it away for a penny because I'm a tight bastard.
I'm going to the party and I'm going to come in my pants. That's what I'm dressing as. I'm going to come in my pants.
I don't know if I told you, but you're also an idiot. Have I mentioned that?
Look who's in the chat room.
Who is it?
Brenda.
Brenda?
Yes, Brenda's in the chat room.
Hello,
Debrad, oh,
Brenda.
the tits is still in the chat.
Brenda,
Durham's
baby,
still
how
there.
are you?
Durham, I just called you Durham. Your name's Carol. What song would you like, Carol? She's
I
not
was too busy
requested one
talking to
yet.
hear what she said. Sorry, Carol. I was having another Randy rant. I love them so.
John Chico just called you Mr. 81. I knew what you meant.
Maybe I'll play that again one of these days. Really, until I get this new gig all set up here. I'm
The
sorted.
F word used 81 times
I
within
know,
5 minutes. So I
right?
know what you were talking about.
I can't
Mr.
believe
Chico.
somebody had the balls to count them. Who did that? You?
No,
Really?
that was Mr. Chico. He counted
He's the one
how
that
many
counted them?
times. Yeah.
Oh.
He counted how many times Ran the Man said the F word in the space of like 6 or 7 minutes.
Holding me hostage, my own
Now,
cussing
don't be
and
doing
swearing.
all that thinking business, Carol. She says she's thinking.
Careful now. Don't
yes,
hurt yourself.
careful.
Careful now. Get it?
Careful.
hear what I did there?
now.
Carol?
You were really not funny.
Careful.
You're really not funny.
Okay, anyways.
Chris said that Carol would like to hear Monkey on My Back live by Aerosmith. I've heard you in those live
would, huh?
tunes, Chris. They last about 20
Well,
minutes.
I got a couple requests here to do. One for Deborah, and one for that bloke from the British Bake Off over there.
Yes, Mr. Ron.
So, let's get on.
You should get Ron's on soon because he might fall asleep. It's like
He
about
might.
4 in the morning for him.
As a matter of fact, it is 1:44 in the morning over there.
And I think they've put their clocks forward or back.
Oh, I don't.
Let me look at that picture of the boner in my Facebook chat. That'll
One
tell
from
me.
Mr. Dave.
That'll tell me which way it goes. Remember that boner that was going.
Oh, that.
That one that was going round. I think the clocks go forward according to the boner that I had in my Facebook
So the boner
chat.
goes forward to this. Now it's time for the boner to go forward, and in the spring it'll go backwards.
Yeah, it'll go on flop.
I think you're a flop. Here's one for Deborah, and then we have Hotel California by the Eagles coming up for what's his name again?
Run!
Ron. That's it then. Jolly good. All right, let me get my shit together here. Rat Out of Hell and Meatloaf. By request from the chat room. And the RTM Radio Network Rock and Roll Friday Night. AC/DC Rock and Roll Train.
By request for the RTM Radio Brat.
That would be her.
Yes.
Gotta love the RTM Radio Brats, man. They're the best bunch around. The Brat Pack, if you will.
Yeah, so what is everybody doing with their weekend? It is now Friday, a rocking Friday night over here. And what do we have planned? Too much
nothing
work
in particular.
and,
I'm just focusing on Operation at the moment.
Operation Signs?
No, Operation Broadcaster. So I can get
Now
all this,
then.
so I can just keep track of what I learn all this stuff as I go now. Because I like this program. It seems to be working
Yeah,
great.
and we was kind of at our wits' end with the Spreaker thing. And now we've found a way to keep it all going. So we're really, really happy with it all, you know.
Now, she says she lost sound.
Let
Now,
me double
did we
check
lose
over
sound,
here.
or is it her? Because we need to know this right at the moment. It says it's encoding, so we're supposedly working. At the
Yeah, it's
moment.
working.
All right. It's probably Deborah then. So I won't feel too bad about that at the moment. As long as it's not us. And Mr. Make, of course, is still out there jamming away. I love it, I love it, I love it. That's awesome stuff. So, let's see. What are we doing now? We have a request for some Jimmy of the Hendry. Jimi Hendrix and Dolly Dagger. What a cool tune. One of my favorites, too, from that dude, by the way. On the RTM
Radio Network! If you're listening to the Yankee and the Brit Show on Chrome and Steel, we just wanted to let you know where you can find us live. We are live on a Friday and Saturday night on Spreaker.com/user/Rand the Man.
You can join us in the chat room. Bring your requests, trucking music, whatever you prefer. Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network, and also, like Donna said, you can hear us on Chrome and Steel all through the week. So join us Friday and Saturday night. Saturday is country night. Friday night is rock and roll. Make sure you're there.
That's the Yankee and the Brit on the RTM Radio Network and on Chrome and Steel Radio.
Take it on the run. Take it. Run like hell with it. Whatever makes you happy. Rock and roll on a Friday night. The Yankee and the Brit and the RTM Radio Nitwits over here having
Look.
themselves a good time.
Look who is back in the chat room.
Who is it?
Thomas is here. He says he had to run his grandson to a party.
You had to run over your grandson.
Yeah, he had to run over his grandson.
So he's
And I
hanging out
said-
in the line now to dry,
And I
I
said,
would
didn't
suppose.
you know that you've got better things to do? You know, he's got a show to listen to on a Friday night.
What's the matter with
kids
that?
Kids can be so
Let the bloody bloke walk.
inconsiderate,
Let him walk.
demanding your time when you've got a Yankee and a Brit show to listen to.
That's
you should
right.
have said, you should have stapled him to the chair and made him listen to us, shouldn't he?
If you got the right radio in your car, you should have put it on your phone and plugged it in. You could have been listening right along the whole time.
Yeah, but then, knowing Thomas, he probably would have been driving with his guitar and his amp, making his grandson sit with the amp on his knee.
If he's got that amp cranked up, it might work as a great propulsion system. Point it out the back window and boom, 800 miles an hour before you know it. That was one of the coolest things I ever did after Donna got here.
What, you drove with a guitar in
Bought
hand?
that radio with that plug in it to plug the phone in.
Yeah.
Because we load music on it. We can put a thumb drive in it and play through
You
it.
can listen to Samo in
It's
the
freaking
truck.
awesome. Yeah, we listen to Samo a lot of times, especially when we were going to Florida and stuff. We listened to him. It's awesome. It's great. You know, I mean, we we don't buy the extra gig and all that crap for it, so we don't get to enjoy it as much as we'd like to. But we go with the gig that comes. We get a gig free every month, so we use it to our fullest advantage. I mean, around here, we GPS with it to go to the job sites and things like that. But we get on the road, man. We love that thing. Are you kidding? That's the greatest thing.
Great for when you get lost, isn't it, husband?
And it was very cheap. I went to Walmart. I hate Walmart. I really hate Walmart because everything's so cheap in there. And I don't mean cheap price, cheap junk. But I bought a Panasonic, $60 or $70 or something. It was $80. I don't know. It wasn't real expensive. And it's a hell of a damn nice radio. Now all I got to do is break down and buy some new speakers for in the truck. And the thing will rock, man. Because it's awesome. It's a great little machine.
Yeah, we get to a certain volume and then we hear that crackling noise.
Oh, they're terrible right now. Every one of them's bad. I mean, they're 21 years old. No wonder they even work. They're probably like dry leaves in there.
Yeah, we can't moan. It's it serves us. It serves us well, doesn't it?
No, it gets our soggy bottoms down the road.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget tomorrow, guys and girls in the chat room, you have to request the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Yeah, we're all going to sing along, so make sure you're ready to sing along with us tomorrow.
In fact, me and Randy are going to be singing ourselves the Soggy Bottom Boys song, and we're going to be making the coolest of videos. I'm going to be wearing a big beard and everything. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, we got to make some more funny videos. We haven't done that in a long time.
I know, not done anything in ages.
Go on, keep chatting a minute. Let me see if I can figure this out while you're yakking.
I was wondering earlier. Yes, I was whacking. Yeah, I was wondering earlier where Thomas was, and all I imagined was that he was on his chair, like strumming along, and hang on, I've not finished with the last song. Don't put another one on yet. Talk for a bit.
What the bloody hell?
Let me go for a piss. I need to strum my guitar, and putting too many songs on. But Thomas says he'll be playing the Soggy Bottom Boys. He's learned it, so he's going to be having his guitar out tomorrow night.
That's pretty cool. I love that stuff. That's a great...
In constant sorrow, all through his days.
I forgot how it went. It's been so long. In constant sorrow, all through his days.
Yanki's a man of constant sorrow.
I've seen trouble all my days.
He bid farewell to old Ohio, the place where he was born and raised. The place where he was born and raised.
We just love our great get-together tunes. Those are always so cool. Whether we can sing them or not, they're still fun. That's the main thing.
Yeah, whether we can do it or not is a totally different story.
And a little cheating in the recording room helps. That's for sure. I'm working on your request, Thomas, so stand by for news.
Hey, let me just interrupt you a second.
Oh, go right ahead then.
Alfred was having a right good dream earlier, and he was making a right good racket, and I saw his stomach like really, really breathing in and out really, really hard and fast. You know, normally when he's sleeping, he looks like he's dead. You know, we always laugh. Randy always says, you've got a dead dog on the sofa, because he literally looks dead. You know, he doesn't move his stomach. You have to poke him sometimes to check he's still alive. But when he's having a dream, you know, it's like his stomach's going in and out, being pumped really, really hard.
I think he is, actually. That's probably what his problem is.
Thomas said, hell, let's sing now.
Okay, but let's play your tune first. Bob Seger. Bob Seger, Detroit made. Well, they used to make real cars made out of real metal, real steel, real people, employees, humans, actually building things. Things you could trust, things that stayed together.
Hey,
things
look
that
who's
run.
back in the chat room.
Things that when you got in a crash, it didn't kill anybody. Hi, Carol!
Carol is back in the chat room, and I will be, this week, singing that song of Tennessee Whiskey.
Carol, Carol in the chat
I've been listening
tonight.
to it to learn it.
Carol,
What?
Carol, she's jamming so right. Yeah.
What's that other song? Sweet Caroline.
Bark, bark, bark.
Good times never seem so good. Are you farting? Oh, it's his trumpet. It doesn't sound much like a trumpet. It sounds more like his musical arse.
All right.
All righty then.
Did I mention it's a Rock and Roll Friday night with Yanki and Brit, the RTM Radio Network? If I didn't, let me mention it again. It's a Rock and Roll Friday night with Yanki and Brit, the
And you
RTM
could
Radio
also
Network.
hear us on Crewman Steel Radio.
Oh, it's the Great British Break Off.
They play us loads in the week, they do.
Where'd Ron go? What happened to him? Is he still baking?
Ron is gone to bed. He says...
What?
I know it's the middle of the night for the
Bloody
poor
Brit.
chap.
You
And
limey,
he
yimey,
said-
you limey, what do I say? Blimey, limey.
Limey, yeah. The Blimey went to bed, he did.
God damn.
He said he's been
pussy
listening
whipped.
to live music at the Vine Pub, and the Vine Pub does some awesome
Frying
live band.
Pub?
The Vine.
The Vine.
The Vine.
You mean like my vine is 9? That kind of vine?
Not your vein. Your
Oh,
vine.
vine.
The
Oh,
vine.
vein. The main
Oh.
vein. The main vine. All right, copy.
The one.
Okay, we said we were going to sing along, so we're going to do it anyways. We
What
don't
we
give
gonna
a
do?
shit. We're here to party. We're here to have a good time. Come on, you got some requests? Let us know what they are, man.
What
you can
we
get a hold of
singing
Donna
along
through
to?
the Facebook or go on Facebook to the Yanki and the Brit Show. And you could request through there. We are also working on, we think possibly maybe it could be, but we're not sure yet, but we will find out soon if we can put a request link on our Yanki and the Brit
Website.
sign page.
Yes.
Because we have our shows listed on there, and you might be able to request right through there.
Yeah, and you can get like Yankee and the Brit Show shirts on that website. You can get signs off us. We make signs during the week when you guys aren't looking. We do signs, we do banners, we do
And
all
shirts.
sorts of junk.
Don't forget
We
the
do-
shirts, like the Truck and Bozo Bar shirts.
Yes, we do shirts,
We do
hoodies,
those. Lots of shirts.
hats, tank tops, all sorts of stuff. So we will be.
We do
putting-
everything but smoke, dope, and drink.
Yeah, we don't really do much of anything these days other than work.
We're so friggin' lame.
But anyway, yeah, you can go to the yankeeandthebrit.com and you can find all our stuff on there. And I've posted a little tab on there just for our radio stuff, which Joe says that I don't really put much on there.
Carol, you're going to have to call us so we can hear your accent sometime.
We are on a Friday and a Saturday evening.
And you're more than welcome to call anytime you want. Just call. We'll at the end of a song, we'll throw you on here. So we're going to hear what your accent looks like.
Throw her on here?
Because you're a Yankee and a Southerner mix. I just can't wait to hear that one.
Oh, she needs to call in the show like right now then.
Me, I'm not sure what I am anymore. Because one moment I'm
Will you
living over there across the pond, and the next thing you know, I'm from Ohio.
Will
so.
you shut up a minute?
I'm talking over here. That's
Carol.
what I do.
Ah!
Thank God I don't talk as much as you do.
Carol said, so when are you on? Yes, we are on a Friday and Saturday evening, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time.
That's right. Like tomorrow night is country night.
Yes.
So come on over and countrify yourself.
Sometimes if Mr. Chico in the chat room bugs me in the chat, in the Facebook chat, we'll do the odd 1 or 2 shows during the week, or sometimes at the weekend, or sometimes we'll wake up in the morning and think, hey, let's do a show. So sometimes if you have to keep a lookout for posts on the Yankee and the Brit page, because sometimes we're just random. We wake up in the morning and I'm like, hey, let's do a show, and Randy's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do a show. So we're both like half asleep, not even knowing what our own names are when we're on Spreaker doing a show. So
Exactly. I think that's what I'm thinking of anyways.
Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
King.
Pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
Pizza Bagel Bites. Bite-sized pizzas on wholesome little bagels.
Pizza during prime time, anytime's the right time. Pizza going down is so fine. So fine, so fine, so fine. When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
And any other time, try Cheese Bites, Dynabites, and Hot Bites.
Oh, Mida or Ida.
Oh, you Americans are gross.
Oh,
I
right,
swear,
oh,
I
right.
can't believe you eat that. I can't believe you
Pizza
put that shit in
bagel
your mouth.
bites, yeah. That hurt. I should learn not to do that.
Where the bloody hell did that come from?
Chris.
Oh, okay. Say no more.
He said sing the praises of pizza bagel bites.
I still absolutely adore the ground that Chris walks on, and the reason being is that he called in the show one day, and he prank called the Yankee and the Brit, and we fell for it, hook, line, and stinker, didn't we? He called up talking
Bloody
about
Yank.
a bloody takeaway pizza or something.
I don't get fooled off him, but he got me that time.
Yeah, he got us, didn't he? Proper got us. We didn't have a clue.
He's one of the few. Wanker. course, I'd never talked to him before that, so I didn't know what his voice was like.
I just
had no
wish that
clue.
we was
I had to play it off of what he said.
Yeah, I wish that we had the call on air when he very first called, because he actually called while we was playing the song. And I
Plonker.
wish that we had it, because that was just pure gold, radio gold, because we had no clue.
Bloody plonker. That was his butler.
That
Maybe
was
your butt dialed us. That might be what it
That
is.
was your butler, Alfred.
No, we have Alfred the butler.
Alfred the butler.
I serve you. No, go back to sleep, noisy twat. All right, hey, let's go over here and sing along, shall we? Yankee and
Singing.
Brit, rock and roll Friday night, but we're going to step out of line here for a minute. We're going to sing along with his tune, and we hope you will too, because it's just one of those cool tunes. We think it's cool.
I don't even know what we're singing
We
yet.
really don't give a shit what you think, but we think
Oh my gosh.
it's one of those infectious little tunes, I think. So I think maybe you should come over here and jam
And the
with
fact
us.
that George Clooney was singing it on the film.
Oh, jeez.
Rock out with your cock out. Get a boner and have fun this weekend. Go enjoy yourself. Go rub one out on the bumper of your car. Shoot paste all over the fucking thing. Then go listen to the Yankee and the Brit on the RTM Radio Network. Happy fucking Friday.
All right, here we go.
Get ready, Thomas.
This ought to be fun, huh? We're out there in the floating sounds of the universe. We got this request, Blind Eye.
Why am I still laughing at Chris and his daily smelfie?
I don't know, but you haven't quit since he posted it.
I know. I kind of imagine him taking a picture of him sniffing his own arse. Or sniffing Tony's arse.
That's better than licking his own balls anyways.
I guess. Randy says that about Alfred. He says, I
I
wish
know,
I
I wish
could
I
do
could do
that.
that.
And I said, well, you better ask the dog first.
Piss off, bitch. Blind Eye. Go. Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network. Wow. Awesome stuff. That's the kind of request I like on Rock Night, baby. Let's hear some real rock. Chris is over there in the chat talking about fish and chips.
I thought he was talking about his sweaty butt. But I suppose it's the same thing.
Well, he's talking about fish and chips, and he made me bloody hungry for this.
Yeah, and fish and chips when they
There's
used
a
to put it on
secret.
newspaper.
Where's the secret?
The secret's at your fingertips. It's Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips.
How do we make the meal you can't make at home? What makes our fish fillets so crunchy? Are chips like French fries outside and baked inside?
We'll never tell. There's a secret here tonight. Real good secret here tonight. Clap your hands and smack your lips for Arthur Treacher's original fish and chips.
What's that one?
Arthur Treacher's,
Hey, what's
the
that one?
original
Shut
fish
up!
and chips. You friggin' idiot.
I said-
I'm talking over here. Stop interrupting me.
I said, what's that one that you eat here?
Right in the middle of a good commercial from
Never
when I was a
mind
kid.
that, I'm asking.
Shut up.
What's that one you eat here? It's gross.
Long John Silver's. It's all there is. You can't go anywhere
It's
and just
horrible.
get fish and chips anymore.
It's nasty shit.
Everybody's got all this crap to feed you. You can't go anywhere and get a decent friggin' meal. You got to eat garbage all the time.
Really is.
Greasy, nasty, stinky garbage.
Gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And
I like
had,
it, but it's all right. It's all I can get for fish and chips. And you go in a bar and you got to listen to all the bumbling drunks and all that other shit. And just no fish and chip food places.
we need to go to that place in Frisco. Although I don't...
The Londoner. No, what's it called now?
something
British Lion?
Yeah.
British
But I don't
Lion.
think you're going to get fish and chips as you should. You know, you're going to get a neat fish portion maybe and some neat chips.
I'm sure it's
Whereas-
Americanized and ruined like everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas if you went to England and got some bloody fish and chips,
know, there won't
it'd
be any
scooped
damn-
onto a nice tray.
There won't be any vinegar on the table, nothing.
Exactly.
I know, it's crazy. Why can't people just leave shit alone? Stop trying to make things better, folks. They're fine like they are, really.
Yeah,
the young
we
people
was-
will get used to it.
We was going to go to this bar in Frisco that supposedly do proper British food in there. And I really want to go, but I'm just like half thinking to myself, what if it's nasty, you know? What if the, like Randy says, made it all Americanized, you know? What if the toad in the hole is really toad out of the hole, you know? And I've had toad out of the hole in the UK, you know? They don't even put the sausage in it. I mean, what's the point in calling it a friggin' toad in the hole and getting all the flavours from
Getting
the
all the
sausage?
hole and no toad, damn
Well,
it.
when you put the sausage in and cook the Yorkshire pudding around the sausages, you get all the juices and the flavourings from the sausage. But when you just make have toad out of the hole, you know, it's just a Yorkshire pudding. And as much as I love Yorkshire puddings, I want a
Oi.
friggin' toad in the pissing
You know
hole.
what my wife says, don't
What
you?
does the wife say, don't you?
Any hole's a goal.
Any hole is a goal.
Yes, you're calling. The extended version. By request out of the chat room. Yanki and Brit, Rock and Roll Friday night. What's going on, everybody? There is the most beautiful Southern belle from the north.
Yes, look.
Hello, Karen. How are you, love?
Yes, Karen. We was literally discussing you in bed, wasn't we?
Yes. Well, yes.
We were.
I was going to make a joke, but I figured I better not.
Yeah, we had Karen in bed with us. Is that the kind of joke?
I've dumped a lot of people on Facebook and picked up some cool ones.
I mean us by cool ones, Mr. Thomas.
Trust me, man. I am so sick and tired of people and their stupid posts and their bullshit. I can't dump a lot of them fast enough. And then there's also the people. Oh, somebody explain this to me, please, because I just don't get it. I really don't understand this. Why in the hell do you friend somebody and then not talk to them? Why would you do that? Please, someone, help me out here. I just can't relate to that. You friend somebody, and you talk to them. I have people friend me, and I say, hi, how are you? Nothing. No reply. Nada. Zero. Zilch. Zip. Why did you bother? What are you going to get from it? To add me to your list so you can say, oh, I have 301 friends? I have 5,000 friends now instead of 4,999? What is the point? I don't get it. Yes, I was going to say something about a threesome, but I didn't. See, I try to have respect, and you guys go ahead and do it without me.
Yes.
Fine. Yes, a threesome. Bring it on. You can bring Phil if you want. I'm sure he'd enjoy it.
A foursome.
Or kick my ass, one or the other.
I almost had a threesome once. I just needed like the other two people, and I was like, well in.
I really
Wasn't
liked
I?
Phil, too. He's cool as hell. I wish I'd have got to know him even better. But good people, that's for sure. That's what the like button is for? They don't even know what that means anymore. It has to have a face on it or some kind of a GIF or some stupid shit. Nobody can just, like, talk, you know. I mean, yeah, I'd rather talk. Call me on the phone, you know. Why don't all these people I go to school with ever call and just say, hi, how are you? You know, I was thinking about you today. Because they don't think about me. They didn't like me then, they don't like me now. Or if they didn't like me then, I don't like them now. You know, I can't even get my boys to call me. Jesus Christ, I shouldn't have to ask them. It's ridiculous. But I don't understand that, friending people and then not talking.
Oh,
You know?
I love it when they friend and then don't talk.
That's not what I mean.
That's what
I just
I
don't
mean.
get that. That shit's ridiculous. He's in Ohio. Oh, that sad sack. What's he doing up there in that frozen tundra? Jeez, it's cold here. It's probably cold over there, too, tonight, isn't it? It's supposed to be pretty much cold everywhere. And I guess Janine, you know, being in West Texas, they got big-time freeze warnings over there. It's supposed to be colder over there than it is here.
Oh, my God.
And they're in West Texas. It's supposed to be nice over there. Yeah, I bet you do, Brenda.
If they say it's the thought that counts, Brenda.
No, I just, you know, I don't mean that in a bad way, of course. But it's like, you know, all these people I think about from school and stuff, the guys I told you before, you know, I used to get off the school bus at a lot of their houses. I thought we were friends, hung out together. You know, Dad would pick us up at their house after work, or Mom would, or whatever. And you don't hear from them people.
People just
Can't even find them on Facebook.
People just change. People I grew up with.
I
know?
guess, you know, it's just weird for me. I haven't in that respect. My past means a lot to me. I had so much
People
fun.
grow up and, you know, they're just not into the same things that they were when they were a kid, and that can go by toys, or it can mean by their favourite game, or it can be mean a person. I don't
Probably
take it too personally, you know.
Probably their sex toys.
And that's why I don't. That's why I don't bother adding met that many people from my childhood as well, because you don't know who and what they've grown into, and most people just grow into a bunch of arseholes.
Tell them to call us, Brenda. We'll give them a shitload of shit. Yeah, I know shit happens. Shit changes. People change a little bit. You know, a lot of people say people don't change. Oh, they do a little. Not always.
They do, and I've changed even just in the short time I've been here. You know, I'm a lot less tolerant of all.
But I value my past. It means a lot to me. I had so much fun, so many good times. I guess I was one of the lucky ones in that respect. You know, I hear a lot of people, you know, people close to me that don't want to think about their past in some cases. It's like, well, okay, I understand that. So move on. That's great for you. But for me, you know, I value all the people I've met along the road. It's been pretty cool. You know, I can even now, today, think of a lady that I hauled, when I was driving for North American, I hauled a load of office equipment to her place in Maine. And I'll never forget those people. You know, stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying I want to call them and talk to them. They wouldn't know who I am by now, I'm sure. But I remember them. I got to the store. The lady was there by herself. Her kids didn't show up, and no help showed up. So her and I unloaded the truck. And then when I got all done, I said, well, is there any place close I can go spend the night? You know, park for the night out of the way or whatever. Of course, that was back in the days when you had DOT up your ass, and you could just park anywhere you wanted. No ELDs or all that shit. But anyways, she says, no, but why don't you come over to our house for dinner? I was like, okay, that's cool. You know, whatever. So she says, I'll be back in about an hour, and I'll pick you up. So her and her husband come back, and they brought their kids with them. I met their kids. Now, these people were from Israel, right? They moved over here a number of years ago. Now, I'm talking in the late 80s when this happened. 89, 90, somewhere around in there. I don't know. But I went home with them. They took me to dinner at one of those brass rail and red carpet floating restaurants on the ocean there in Maine. And I had fresh lobster. I picked it out of the tank. I'd never done anything like that before. It was friggin' awesome. Then went back to their house. She says, come on over. You can crash here on the couch, blah, blah, blah. And, sat down, and the kids came and sat by me. We were watching some TV, and they started telling me stories. I asked them about what that was like in Israel and all that, because I was curious. And the kids were talking about, walking down the street carrying machine guns and stuff, and they were like 6, 7 years old at the time. But it was for their own good. That's how they lived. And I was like, wow, that's weird shit, but I never forgot any of that. That's the cool thing. So, I learned a lot, met a lot of cool people along the way. A lot of people I went to school with, most of my good friends from school have died. My best friend Rod passed away a number of years ago. Steve, he killed himself on a snowmobile accident. Joe Warren, a kid I grew up with in the harbor in Ashtabula when I stayed at my grandma's in the summertime. He went to car dealer, bought himself a brand new motorcycle, left the car dealer with it, got hit by a car and killed. Yeah, I've just had a hell of a list of good friends that I hope they're waiting for me somewhere. But that's just how. But my past is very important.
It does. It happens though. When I was, and I know it's only a work colleague, but I used to work with this guy Michael Maddox, and I was at National Rail Inquiries for probably about 4 or 5 years. I saw this guy every single night, and sometimes he'd turn up and he'd be hiding behind a desk, and he'd have this big, stupid, scary mask on his face. And he'd always be making people laugh, making me laugh through our shift, and, I saw him, in the street probably about a year after we finished working there, and, it's like he'd never even seen me before, like I was a complete stranger. It's just, it's strange that you can work with someone all that time, spend 8 hours a night with these people on your night shift, and then for them to not even say hello to you in the street a year later. That's just the way people are. My next door neighbours, we was always climbing over the fence and in each other's gardens, playing badminton, playing tennis, doing whatever we used to do on computer games. You don't even see them now. One of them I used to work with just a few meters away from me, and he wouldn't even say hello to me, yet we spent pretty much our whole childhoods together. It's just the way people are.
I think it's bullshit, and I don't like it.
It is. It's total bullshit. And a guy that lived on my dad's street when we were growing up, Andrew, I used to absolutely just adore him. And he, I used to spend pretty much most weekends playing football and things in the street and doing whatever. And I wouldn't even know how to find him. It's just the way people are. I try not to think too much about it.
It's like
Karen we all grow up.
Like Karen said, our past is good to remember. Just don't live there anymore. I don't live there, but I think about it a lot because that's pretty much all I got left now. Because now that we're older, I'm older, grown up, have a business to run. The important things are paying the bills and keeping the truck running and keeping Donna a roof over her head and food in her belly and taking care of the dog. Adult things that I always hated. But now it's part of life. But yeah, the past is still a good place to go when you need a break from everything, I think. It is for me, anyways.
Sometimes when Randy's brother comes over and we're all together with his mum and dad, it's like they're all still in Ohio. And I said to Randy, why the hell did you all leave there? I mean, you're all kind of stuck in your past. It's like you've got no present and you've got no future. It's like you're all stuck there. And I appreciate they all love their pasts, but sometimes I think they're not going to have a future if they don't sort of see the present, the here and now.
Right, but see, that's the part you don't see is what our past was like, so you can't understand why
I know.
we like it there so
I
much,
get that. I do get that. But
that's a very complicated thing. So
It
you just
is.
go with the flow.
Yeah, I have to just go with the flow, don't I? I wasn't there.
I think everybody does, actually. I mean, really, what choice do you have other than to either roll with it or be miserable all the time? You certainly don't want to be miserable all the time. We do enough of
No.
that as it is.
Exactly.
Constantly miserable. We can fix that someday, though. I don't know how. But, and like Chris said in the chat, also a big reason why I got hooked on photography at a young age. Makes a huge difference as far as a sense of reference. Yeah, it does. Really does. Thomas says, I got 5 friends that we grew up together. Still talk all the time. Now, see, I got one best friend left, and we talk every couple weeks or so, every 3 weeks, whatever. But he's about 10 years older than I am. And he's had a stroke, and, but he's recovered. He's perfectly normal, no issues or whatever. But I've been dying to get to Ohio to see him one more time because I just dread the thought of him passing on someday. And I'm not going to see him again, like happened to my other friends, Rod and Steve and Joe and those guys. I never saw them again. Just one day they were gone. And we were just living our lives, doing what we do. I was out trucking, and I got into the trucking thing before I met Rod, but Rod was a truck driver, and he let me drive his truck before I was even able to drive. I learned a lot from him, and before I was legally allowed to drive with a CDL. We had chauffeur's license back then, by the way, for you young guys. And, I was out trucking around the country, and one day I get a call, it's like, hey, Rod died. I'm like, what? But we had talked about it. I knew it was coming. I just didn't dawn on me. His mom was 52 when she died from the same thing, Huntington's disease. And he was about 52, 53 when he died from Huntington's disease. So I knew it was coming, but still it takes you by surprise, I guess. A strong case for pizza bagel bites. You must fulfill the quest. Yeah, well, it's not always that easy, is it? But it's a great trip. Been a hell of a ride, I gotta say that much for it. Love the ride. All right, let's go over here and hit up some more tunage here. How much time we got left? Oh, shit, we ain't got much time left.
Yeah, you've got.
About
you
3
have,
minutes.
Yeah,
Less than 2
9
minutes,
minutes.
50 seconds.
What clock are you looking
What
at?
does that say right there? I'm looking at the clock.
2 hours and 50 minutes. You've got 9 minutes.
I got 9 minutes left. I hate the way that works. I like it to go backwards the other way. I don't like that way. I wonder if I can change that. I want to know how much time I got left, not how much I've used. Oh, I'm 59 years old. I've used up a lot of time. Oh, the memories. But Donna and I got a great future, too. I'm working on a railroad here. I got a hobby that I enjoy. I finally got my shop where I can tinker in there a little bit, and I'm still working on that. And I've made it an old wood shop like a grandpa might have. A wood floor, wood everything. I love it in there. It's a very cool little place.
Yeah, it's got a great place out there to tinker.
Yeah, it's got a good feeling
We're
to it.
building up the business, aren't we? It's going
It is,
really
little
well.
by little. It's getting there. I'm enjoying that. I got a feeling, though, someday we're going to get to the point where we're going to have to hire somebody, and I don't want to do that.
Ugh,
Can't
people.
stand that friggin' headache. Ugh. Anyways, what was I saying? We have music to play. So let's play this one. The wife wanted to hear this. The Calling, Wherever You Will Go. With the Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network, on a rock and roll Friday night. Oh, yeah. Robin Trower and Two Rolling Stone with the Yankee and the Brit and the RTM Radio Network. I guess we got to slide on out of here. The clock says bye-bye. So we must obey the rules of the world. The clock happens to be one of them. Kind of sucks we got to live by that thing sometimes, but I try to avoid it as much as possible. Other than that, thank you all
It's
very
not
much
too
for
bad,
coming
though,
by.
because you get like 3 hours at a time for $20 a week, and you can do as many shows at 3 hours as you want. And not $20 a week, $20 a month.
I know.
even.
I'm having fun, though, using this new board, so it's
Yes,
pretty
you
damn cool.
are.
It's actually working, and it's doing what it's supposed to do, and it's got all kinds of features. And thank you, Joe Graham. Thank you, Samo. All you guys that help us keep up with this shit.
And
because we
everybody
just
that's
don't
in the
have
chat
time.
and-
I hate to sound like a cheater, but it's nice to cheat and just have these guys help us with this stuff.
Yes.
It really
yes.
is. We got to go, though, man. The clock says beat it, so I'm going to go over here and beat it. You guys take care of yourselves. Don't forget, tomorrow night is country night. Come on over here. the Brit's the place to be. Radio living is the life for me. Airwaves spreading out so far and wide. Keep your FM, just give me that internet side.
Online is where I'd rather stay. I've got a lot of music to play. I just adore a Yankee view. Darling, I love you, but give me a show to do.
The Chat.
The Brats.
On air.
That's fair.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, British life.
The Yankee and the Brit on air.